go.
Take your computer back.
There we go. So we'll go back to play.
There we go.
All right. So the goal for today's class is to have a lot of fun and learn some tricks that can help with your bond. So tell a little bit about some reasons why you do tricks. She is a celebrity. Like if you have not looked her up, look her up. Laura Nativo. She's a trick monster.
I'm a trick monster. I've been doing trick training for almost 20 years. I kind of became a dog trainer accidentally because of trick training. My heart dog, Preston, who is literally close to my heart at all times, we started over 15 years ago. I wanted to volunteer. I wanted to be able to give back, but I didn't want to leave my dog at home. So I started teaching Preston all sorts of tricks so that he could become a therapy dog. And that's one of the cool things with trick training is, you know, you can use it simply to have a better bond with your dog, to have more fun. It's great when you have company, you've got family over. Now that we're all in social isolation, we can still use our dogs to connect with others. Maybe you have neighbors across the street, or if you're visiting parents in the retirement center through a window, you can have your dog doing tricks outside. So tricks are something that just bring a smile to people's faces. It's super fun. And I think one of the cool things is it's very helpful for us to inspire us to do dog training. Sometimes we get kind of bored with like all of the basics, but with trick training, it's fun, it's silly. So like it helps you get inspired, and there's nothing you can't teach. We're going to start today with a lot of foundation work,
Right.
but my dogs skateboard, they play the piano, they fetch sodas from the fridge, they get the remote control. And so literally whatever it is that you enjoy in your life, maybe you're a golfer and you can teach your dog to go and like retrieve your golf club. Like there's literally no limit to what you can do with trick training. So we're excited, and we hope we can motivate you today. And like Yo said, there's the AKC Trick Title, which is incredible. And we'll go into that. But there's also doing therapy dog work, doing doggy acting and modeling.
Go back to therapy. I love that. If your dog can do tricks and you're going into the hospital to say hello to patients that are suffering, going in there and having a dog that can do a few tricks can make a big difference in someone's life, right?
Yeah, trick training is perfect for therapy work. You know, it's interesting. A lot of times with therapy work, I think people think, oh, my dog would love that. And the reality is not all dogs love to be like pet on all the time. They don't necessarily want to be hugged. So if your dog, like my dogs are a lot more motivated by doing tricks and performing, your dog can go into the hospital and offer a high five. You can train a chin rest and call that a snuggle. You can do all sorts of things that are a lot more simple that empower your dog to make choices so that they're not just being like, inappropriately smothered. So it allows more dogs to get into doing therapy work because it gives them a way to connect with people in a way that they feel safe and empowered.
So in today's class, you're going to learn as a handler these skills, not necessarily have to do them, but at least you have the skills to train a new behavior. This class is completely free, so all we were asking is if you are taking class, you snap picture of one of us on the screen and share it on our social media page. That is how you can help us help other people enjoy bonding with their dog. We are also taking donations on PayPal, and the PayPal account is info@canineLearningAcademy.com. All right.
I'm just going to check in.
So class rules. This is an interactive class where we can see and hear you. The class again is 1 hour. We're going to try to save a few minutes at the end to answer any questions or kind of show you what we're expecting later. If you have a lot of background noise like us, you might need to mute yourself for a second, and then we'll ask permission to unmute you. When we are teaching a new trick, you don't have to do the trick that we're working on that moment. You can always just use that time with your dog to practice something else. If you'd like to submit video, we're taking up to 2-minute video. You can post it on our Facebook group page, and we'll have the link. Julie will put in the link in the chat group right there. Going back to chat, you can ask a question in chat. You can ask just the panelists, or you can simply just ask everybody. It might be a broad question that we all have. Julie's going to try to go back and answer that along the way. We also have 4 PDFs for you. You've got all 3 trick titles list, your novice, your intermediate, advanced. as well as your application, how to turn in your application if that is what you want to do. Let's see, I think we covered everything. Are we ready?
I think we're ready.
Okay. So today's topics, we're gonna go into how to submit video and the training titles. We're gonna warm up. We're gonna also talk about the different methods, shaping, luring, targeting to train a new behavior, and capturing, yeah. We'll have the first two, which are warm-ups. It's gonna be 4 tricks that we're doing as a warm-up, but they are considered tricks, so we can count them off. All right, so let's get started. The AKC Trick Title is, if you don't have your CGC, it's 10 tricks for novice, 10 for intermediate, and 10 for advanced. So for the novice, if you have your CGC, you only have to turn in 5 tricks. The trick can be done live in front of us, and you'd say, hey, I'd like credit for this trick. Julie will write down your name and the trick that we're working on, and you'll get a check mark if you decide you want to turn this in for your trick title. Novice is pretty much a very beginning one, so there's 10 tricks that you have to do if you don't have your CGC. If you don't want to do it now, you can always just submit video to us, and we'll teach and show you how to submit video, maybe through the Facebook group page. All right. So Laura's going to go into our training methods.
So what's really fun about trick training is that there's all sorts of different ways to accomplish your goal. And if we start teaching you these basic foundation behaviors, it's going to allow you the tools to kind of think about anything you want to do. Oh, hold on. A little dog management. Okay. So, so the very first thing that is really simple is luring. Luring is when you're tempting your animal to go somewhere or to do something using a reward. So basically, if I'm luring, I would have the food in front of my dog's mouth. They're really hungry. They're trying to get it. And we've got a video to show you.
We'll show it after you go.
Okay. Okay. And so with luring, it's really great. We can use it in the event of an emergency. If, there's another dog coming and you need to lure your dog to divert their attention, you can teach new tricks. You can also use it to change the position of your dog. So if your dog is on one side of you, you're trying to move them, rather than, you see a lot of people, they're pushing their dog's rump down, or they're trying to manipulate with their hands. You really don't need to. Using luring, we can just simply guide our dog using the treat that's in our hand.
Capturing, we have a head tilt capture, and it's something that your dog does naturally. You'll see in a video, we have 2 videos to show you that are going to show you a demonstration of all 4 methods, and then we're going to go in and have you warm up using these 4 methods. So capturing, let's say,
Achoo!
I would want to capture that the moment that her head moves down, I would mark it. I would reinforce it. She'd probably think and go, wow, how did I earn that treat? And we'd wait for it to happen again.
Achoo!
Mark it, reward it, and then we would turn that into a trick, right?
And another popular capturing fun trick is every morning you notice your dog, they go into that stretch, that downward dog or that play bow. If your dog, you notice that they do that every morning, that's a really simple trick, which would be curtsy or take a bow, and you can name it whatever you want.
Julie, will you go into targeting and shaping? You gotta get the dogs.
Absolutely. So targeting is when you're asking your dog to take a part of their body and put it on an object that you're presenting or that you're pointing to. So if we're doing what we call a nose target, we're asking the dog to put their nose on something we're presenting, usually our hand. You mark the moment that they are able to put their nose right on your hand, and we can use this to move their position as well. So we use this, this is super awesome for anxiety. It's a really small task that we can get them to focus on. It works on and off leash. It's wonderful for recalls because your dog can respond from 50 feet all the way up until your hand, and that's exactly where you want them to go. Shaping is taking a very large task and whittling it down piece by piece. So if we have a long behavior chain, oh, we have a question. And by marking, we mean by marking the moment. So if you're playing charades, we know that this pointing to someone, this means that you just got it right. So you don't have to keep guessing. That's what we're telling our dog, that they don't need to keep going because they just got it right at that moment, which we either use with a clicker or a mark, a verbal mark, usually yes, in a lot of these videos. So you'll see that. Thank you so much for that question, Laura. Shaping, again, so taking really big tasks, taking it down to really small achievable goals. So just like when you're playing Flight of the Bumblebee, you don't start off with this amazing overture on the piano. You learn it by starting with, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb. You play your chords, you build up piece by piece by piece, and you can make this really beautiful image. And that's what shaping is for dog tricks too. We can take very, very tiny tasks like just dipping my head down all the way to these wonderful bows, which we call bravo, you know, or curtsy in Laura's case. So just taking achievable pieces and making it into a nice big picture.
To kind of reiterate what that looks like. So as far as training tools go today, you're going to want to use a marker of some kind. Some of you have a verbal marker or a clicker.
Yes.
Or a verbal marker like that. A leash and a harness is what we recommend so that you can control where your dog is going. Someplace soft for your dog to practice. So like a small little mat, a bath mat, or if you've got a little piece of carpet in your house.
Even a yoga mat.
Yoga mat, that's perfect. We've got num-nums today, right?
Yeah.
So healthy treats that are going to motivate your dog to want to participate is really important when it comes to teaching your dog a new trick. And somewhere to store all of your treats. So we use a treat pouch, but feel free to use just a little bowl if you prefer, and just keep them out of
your dog's reach.
Yeah.
You can also use a Ziploc baggie if you don't have a training pouch, just like a simple little plastic baggie that you can tuck in your pocket. That way you're focused on your dog and your dog's not getting into the food while you're trying to work.
All right, for your setup today, if you've got 3 solo cups, an interactive feeder, a water bottle, and optional towel, find a place that's comfortable for your dog to work. Each practice session, you're gonna have about 2 minutes to practice and then go ahead and let your dog rest. If you don't want to participate with your dog, just kind of hang out and watch. Feel free to ask any questions. Next time, we recommend using this training time as your meal time, so hold off feeding your dog so they're a little more motivated. Starting off with the checklist, this is your novice checklist. We have 7 tricks we're gonna be going over today. In the intermediate category, we have 5. We're not gonna do any advanced tricks today, but we're gonna work up to it. Here's your warm-up. We're gonna demonstrate nose target and spin, and then you're going to go off and go ahead and practice your warm-up all together at the screen. You'll have about 2 minutes. So a nose target, like we said earlier, is treat to the nose. Whoops. Actually, I think we're gonna do luring first. Oh yeah, nose target and spin, okay. So training method using luring and targeting. Luring, treat to the nose. So this is what luring looks like. And you're gonna warm up with just doing a few lures with your dog. Treat to the nose and kind of guide them. Make sure you move kind of slow, not going faster than your dog. You do want to get rid of the lure pretty quickly if that's your training method. Nose targeting is presenting your hand or a stick or some object for nose target. And when your dog comes to the target with their nose or comes forward, go ahead and mark and reinforce it.
For those of you with small dogs, it helps to have an extender like a wooden spoon or wooden spatula so you don't have to bend down so.
So tricks 1 and 2 is demonstrating a nose target. You'll present your hand. When your dog moves towards your hand, you're gonna mark it and reward it. That's 1. The second one is you're gonna use a lure or targeting to teach a spin. You can move clockwise or counterclockwise, it doesn't matter, but you just have to spin in one direction. These are both novice warm-ups. Here's your spin if you'd like to use targeting. So if you are using targeting now, you can also follow a target and teach a spin. All right. So we're going to take a break and you'll have 2 minutes to warm up with your dog. Everyone will be working at the same time, but a little bit later in the more advanced tricks, we're going to break you up into groups. All right, so I got this. All right, so go ahead and start. So nose target, Tori, Laura, Phoebe. Hey, Dad.
Hi, Gary.
Bunny, let's see your nose target and spin. Good, Diane.
Oh, nice, Diane. Pam, looking good.
Joanna's got her spin.
Good job.
Let's see it, Alex. Where's Ham?
So Tori, because your dog is really big and long, yeah, you kind of have to pull him forward to then move out a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Because he's big, long, and wiggly. So for our really big dogs, we kind of have to move them out a little bit further so that they can, otherwise they'll sit and do a sitting spin. There we go, very good.
Laura Akins is doing a really nice demo job where you're seeing that she's faded the lure. So maybe Laura, if you can, I don't know if she can hear me. Hey girl, Laura, show them again how you just did it without actually using the lure. So the goal with luring is to teach the behavior, and once your dog understands the hand cue, so in Laura Akins' case, it's either this direction or this direction, then you can start fading the lure and rewarding them after they've completed the rotation.
Yeah, you
and then it can become a verbal cue. So for Poppy, it's spin. Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
So you're just teaching the behavior. Once the behavior is reliable, then you're going to put a cue on it. A common cue that I use is spin. What do you use?
I use circle spin. There's some people who use spin twist.
I use spin circle.
And one of my friends actually is just really silly. She uses fruit loops. So fruit is one direction, loop is the other direction. The one thing that I'll mention is once you actually have this skill down, one of the best things to do is to teach it in both directions. Not only is it good and fun from a training standpoint and accomplishing, but also from like a body mechanics point. You don't want your dog to always be going in one direction. You want to help them stretch their muscles out. So if you have a senior dog, this is actually an activity that you might do in physical therapy or rehab. So by going both directions, it's helping your dog build their core muscles going on both sides.
All right, so go ahead and start to wrap it up and bring it back. Give your dog a little bit of water if you'd like. We're going to go into the next 2 warm-ups using shaping and capturing. This video is going to demonstrate both. So for shaping, we have shaping going to a table or going to a platform of about 4 inches. In trick training, this is a novice called Get On. And so you'll see getting on. She presents the object she wants the dog to get on. I think this is Julie doing the demonstration. As Opal actually looks at it, she marks it by using a clicker and she's tossing the treat to reset the dog. So any interaction at first, you're gonna mark and you're gonna reward by tossing the treat so that you can reset. Then 1 paw, 2 paw, 3 paws, 4. And if you want, the end behavior can be a sit. So again, agility would call this table. Here we just usually use, we actually use table too. You can use go to your spot, go to your bed. It all looks the same. It's just a platform of at least 4 inches. So in trick training, this is novice. It's called Get On. Next,
don't feel bad if your dog doesn't progress this quickly. She knows this behavior, but you may be stuck at 1 paw or 2 paw for a little while. So be patient with your dog, continue to reset them off and give them more opportunities to move farther and farther toward.
And let's say they don't get on it right away, just practice the beginning, the intro of it, and then you can set it aside and then practice again a little bit later. Next, we have handler's choice. We're going to demonstrate a head tilt. Go ahead, Julie.
So for this one, if you make kind of a interesting noise, sometimes dogs will tilt their head. If you make one of our clients makes a farting noise, if you make a squeaky noise, for Opal, it's football specifically, she tilts her head. So make kind of a silly sound at first, and when your dog starts to slowly tip their head, you're gonna click or you're gonna mark yes, and then treat. And then try to do it again. Eventually your dog's head will get farther and farther and farther. And this is a really cute one for pictures or just to entertain people. You know, I say, what's your favorite sport? Is it football? And she tilts her head and everyone laughs. And so it's just a lot of fun for therapy work, for entertaining guests, for entertaining myself. Honestly, I do this now in the house because it just keeps us fresh. So sometimes reinforcing silly things your dogs do allows them to get in their dog fun as well as your human fun.
Awesome. All right. So you are going back to your dogs and you're going to capture any head movement or paw movement, capture whatever you want that your dog does naturally. Try again, making a noise of some kind. And then we'll tell you when it's halfway. And then for the next part, I want you to try to find some place, if you have a mat or something, and just work on capturing them going to a mat for now. And if you have a platform, you can always work on that later. So Tori, you sent a really good picture of Thor doing this. This is what we're doing on shaping, right? Shaping and capturing. So you'll have 3 minutes.
See your dog too. Make sure that we can see your dogs. A lot of you are positioned so we can see your beautiful faces, but we'd also like to see your dogs working on this too. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Tammy. I love Tammy's got the duo. Very cute.
Good. So Tammy, we're doing, hi Tammy. That's my sister from Michigan. We're doing shaping to a platform of some kind or a blanket or a towel. Good. And this is just your warm up. There's Candace. I see her going. Nice. Remember to toss the treat to reset your dog. Hi, Amy. Oh, there's Bacon and Sebastian. Those of you that have multiple dogs in the household, it's okay for today, but if you really want to have your dog focus, we recommend doing one dog at a time.
And for anyone who decides that they do want to work on a head tilt outside of today, there's actually, I use a lot of head tilts when I'm teaching TV and film dogs because it's so cute to have that kind of like silly little cute face. So some of the tricks we use in TV and film is we will order a duck call, which makes this like really weird kind of quacking sound. We also use our phone. If we're on a movie set, we will download a bird call app. So there are beyond your squeaky toys and your voice.
Halfway, so switch to your other trick. So if you're doing shaping onto a mat, go ahead and switch, to capture a head tilt of some kind. So just make that switch. Sorry, didn't hear.
Hey guys, quick question.
Yeah.
Ruby's never like done the head tilt thing. How do I even introduce that that's something I'm trying to make different noises and she's just wagging like, oh, we're gonna play now. And she's and she's shaking and she's like trying all her tricks she knows right now.
They don't have to necessarily, not all dogs actually tilt their heads pretty naturally. If it's not something she does a lot throughout the day, you can capture something else like a lip lick.
Yep.
Or them turning their head right or left.
Okay.
Because sometimes that's pretty cute if you can get your dog to, turn away from you. That makes a really cute trick. So something that she does pretty regularly, try to capture that if a head tilt's not really natural for your dog.
Okay, thank you.
And Annabelle and Alex are doing a really nice job with luring. Hi guys. Look at that tail wag. So another thing that's important when you're doing trick training is to pay attention to your dog's body language. We always want to go really slow at their pace, make sure they're having fun. So when you see relaxed tail wags and their ears are alert and they're engaged, that's how you know your dog is into it and wants to keep going. It's always important that we keep our training sessions really short. That's why we're doing these little training segments in 2-minute intervals, because we never want to push our dogs beyond to where they get tired or get bored.
And we usually wouldn't do trick training for an entire hour,
No.
right? All right, go ahead and get your dog some water and give them a little break.
Great job, guys. That was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Nice job. And I like how Laura's using the bean bag. It doesn't matter if you have a table, a platform, you can really use anything, even like a sofa cushion.
All right, we're back on. So tricks, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on tricks 5 and 6 now. We've done 4 tricks total so far. We're going to use a red solo cup or any cup. We're going to start off with just 1 cup. And believe it or not, this is a lot harder than it might seem. We just want your dog to find the treat. So you can bring your dog out into the other room. You're going to place the treat underneath a cup. And it's called Find It. It's a novice trick, but they have to come and find their treat and hopefully knock the cup over and grab the food. Some dogs are actually scared of objects like cups, right?
It's true. And so in a situation, like maybe if your dog is scared, you can use their food bowl. You can use even a little washcloth, like something that they're more familiar with that doesn't make a sound.
So here in this video, we're going to demonstrate both Find It, and then the next one is called the shell game, which is 3 cups, and they have to figure out where their food is. This is also a great way to feed your dogs in the morning or in your afternoon as an enrichment feeder. This is a great DIY interactive feeder. So here's Find It. So Opal, Julie, what'd you use for your treat here?
So obviously Opal does a lot of trick training, so I had to get something good and smelly, so I chose a nice beef hot dog. So especially because it's going to be under something, it helps to have something really meaty and smelly. Fish works really well too if your dog's cool with that, just to really motivate them to knock it over.
And if you see when Julie says hot dog, she's talking about like the teeniest little bit. Dogs have a really good sense of smell. So when you're using something like hot dog or salami that's stinky, that's fatty, make sure you're using just the tiniest amount so that they don't get a bellyache.
And if your dog is not interacting with the cup, you could put a little bit more in there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Or even on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. So our shell game is similar to the Find It, but it's 3 cups, food is under 1, and you shuffle them around, and then you basically say, okay, and you can release them. I wouldn't actually cue this.
If your dog has a place or a stay, if they're young and they don't yet, try to put them behind an X pin or a baby gate so that you can get them shuffled up, and then they have to go. Opal's a bulldozer, so she just knocks them all down. But the goal is to have your dog find the 1 cup where the resources are.
Yeah. All right. So those are your next 2 tricks. We are going to break up into rooms for this one. So if you've got any Laura's ready. So breaking up into rooms. Let's see. We're just going to go 2 rooms.
Baby kiss.
Yeah, let's actually go 3 rooms.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Everyone's getting Annabelle. Good job on the setup. Very good, guys.
All right. So you've just been pinned to move into a room. Join breakout room 2. So Laura, you're in room 2, and we're going to go into room 3, and Julie, you're in room 1. All right, let's go. All right. So we have 6 people in our room. You guys are going to each practice this one by one. Keep practicing. We're going to be pinning each video so that we can see it. Oh, Natasha passed. Good job, Natasha. Oh, look at,
Oh my goodness, buddy.
God,
So cute.
Oh, wow. go. Good job, Diane.
All right. Good job, little buddy.
And this is Pam working. Great job, Pam. I like
Nice.
that you're helping. That's good. Sometimes standing next to it might help. All right, Candace, let's see Miss Gypsy. When you're ready. So she's doing the 3-cup, the shell game. That's right. She's not. Oh, she did it.
She did.
She touched it. So if she touches it.
So at this point when I'm starting, if she touches any cup, reward her?
Yep. I would actually open the cup and then let her get the food herself so she knows it's under there.
Okay.
Try it again.
Because in the very beginning, you're just teaching your dog that this is a fun game. You're building their confidence, and then you can make it gradually more challenging as they become familiar with it.
All right, Shelby, you're on. I see you.
Okay, yeah, she already did it. She found him. She ruined the cups because she was like, there has to be more. So we're doing it again.
Perfect. Great job, you guys. Good. Isn't this fun? Excellent. So that tells us that she's not afraid of anything. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, oh, she's good. My husband will do like put her in the kitchen and then go hide something somewhere in the house, and then comes out and goes, "Where is it?" And she goes running for it. So
That's awesome.
just a little bit of this.
All right, you guys have about 20 seconds to keep practicing. So go ahead and practice for about 20 more seconds. Okay, so then I go here, I go to breakout room, and we say that we're going to broadcast a message.
Okay.
30 seconds left.
Cool.
We can go and join another rooms if you want to see what they're doing.
Plastic cereal bowl sometimes works. Zena's getting good at this.
I always use the same cup for the treats so that they all don't smell the same.
Great job, Tammy.
Oh, hey, that's a really good thought. Good job, Tammy.
Good, Annabelle.
He likes the cups more than he likes the treat.
Ready? Okay.
Good girl.
All right, so now we close, and then they get a to go here and close all rooms. So then they get a notice to come back.
Okay. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. What's that song?
Look at her.
She's tired. She's like a spitfire. Hey, Gary.
Hi, Dad.
You want some hot tea?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for this next trick.
So cute.
This is, be ready to exercise. This one's not only a lot of fun, it's going to get you moving, and it's going to get your dog moving. All right, we're waiting for a few people to come back into our main room. So how was that? Let's see, Tori.
Yes,
How did you do in your breakout room?
good. Thor got more interested in the cups than the treats.
Okay, that's good. That's fine.
So Julie said just to get like a better treat.
There we go. So this just helps dogs to be okay with new things. Like cups could be scary to a lot of animals. We work with a lot of dogs that have had fear, of items. So this is just a great way to help your dog get through fear. It's great. Oh, we got some people that are asking questions.
Oh yeah, we're going to take a look at your questions. It's also really good if you notice that your dog is more interested in the cup or in the bowl. Sometimes dogs are more toy motivated, and we can actually use toys as a reward for training. So it's really cool to kind of take notice of, does my dog like the hot dog better? Do they like the num num better? Do they like the actual like toy in itself? Do they like plastic toys? Do they like fluffy toys? And so the more you start to get to know your dog's preferences, the easier it will be to motivate them regardless of what you want to teach.
All right, so next trick is a novice trick, and it's called hide and seek. Oh, I call it hide and seek because it looks like hide and seek, but it's called go find under the novice trick category, and it's go find handler. Now, I taught Bentley to find my keys a couple years ago. I haven't done it since I've actually got a new pair of keys, but I will go back and reteach this for this class so that we can also show you how to teach your dog to go find an object. So to begin for today, again, all these beginning tricks are to help prepare you for the more advanced tricks. So for hide and seek, you're going to want to move your dog away from you and let them get occupied on something while you go and hide. And then you call your dog, and when their dog comes and finds you, you can have a little puppy party, you can present food, you can pet, you know, obviously don't scare your dog away from you. So how we teach it with Canine Learning Academy, we'll go treat to the nose, we'll use a get, let the dog go and find the food. While they're eating, we ditch and run. So here's a short video demonstrating this. And this is with my dad's dog, Jackie Daniels, and Curtis, who's also on here, our dog trainer. So he gets her to go around the corner, and he's using toys instead of food because she is a toy reinforcement dog. Loves, loves, loves toys. So he's got 2 different toys. So he's doing a little game of tug, and then he tosses the toy and he runs. Of course, she's, you know,
Don't
she's too
slip on
smart.
the hardwood floor.
She's too smart for him. Yeah, she's like, wait, I got to go get my toy. I forgot my toy. So she drops the toy, takes the toy, drops it, moves it somewhere else, and goes and hides. You don't have to find like a closet and shut it. It doesn't have to be that hard. Make it really fun and easy for your dog at first, and then you can become more and more challenging, right?
Yeah, and you can keep it really simple. If you have like a throw blanket on your couch,
Oh, yeah.
you can just go and like hide under, you know, a blanket on the couch
that's
or
a
a
good
sheet
idea.
on your bed. You can make it really simple. You can make it fun. Curtis is behind, you know, just going into another room where there's a little bit of a visual barrier, like a cabinet. That works. And this is the kind of game that you want to start out really easy. And then as your dog gets better at it, I call it find me. You know, you can actually use it to help your dog get exercise. So if you have like Annabelle and Alex have a big backyard, you can kind of take turns with members of your family practicing hiding in different areas. It's going to allow your dog to get exercise. It's also a good practice for recall. And I know this is a tricks class, but one of the most important safety things you can teach your dog is to come when called. And by playing, by teaching recall like this in a game format, it really helps to reinforce the idea that coming is always fun. We're always going to celebrate our dogs. We never punish them or anything when they come. We always make it something that they look forward to doing. So this is a good way to practice.
All right, so you're going to go ahead and try this. You can use a blanket. You're gonna all be on the screen at the same time. You'll have, let's just do a 2-minute clock. 2-minute clock to go play hide and seek. On your mark,
Get
set,
set,
go.
go!
I can't see everybody. There it is.
And it may be harder for us to watch depending on where you're hiding, so we're going to do our best.
Oh, look at Laura.
Yeah, Laura's got the blanket. That's awesome.
Oh, Gypsy! Yeah!
Oh, Joanna's getting some runs in.
Taking off.
Awesome, Joanna.
So toss food to get your dog preoccupied and run, Natasha, run, Phoebe. Carla, let's see it. I don't see Tammy anywhere.
There's
She's
Tori,
a good
you're doing a
housewife.
really good job.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear us. All
Yeah,
right.
good job, Thor. Good job.
Oh, look at Candace go.
I know.
Super
Gypsy's
fun.
having fun.
Annabelle.
All right, Annabelle and Alex.
Oh,
Too cute.
look at Phoebe. Oh, that's Pam.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Good job.
So of course you'll make this a little harder next time. And look at Joanna's. She's really throwing that ball. Let's see.
Yeah, the whole family can really get in on this. So if you want to practice with more than one person, you know, having them come when called.
Look
you
at,
can
oh my
say, "Come
God,
when they
Joanna's great.
That was awesome.
I love it. Joanna's hiding behind a tree. She's throwing a ball. So
Good job.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully you got your heart rate up a little bit.
And this is a great thing. You know, a lot of us are working from home right now, or we're homeschooling kids. When we go back to work or school and when the world is normal again, it might be confusing for our dogs that, you know, we've been home 24/7 and suddenly we're gone. So doing something like this, it's mental enrichment. It's also physical exercise. So this is a really good thing. You know, if you, in normal days, if you did this like for 5 minutes right before you go to work or right before you go to school, it's a good way to get some quick fun enrichment and fun exercise for your dog, so that when you leave the house, they'll be more relaxed and they'll feel good because you've met their needs.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to go ahead and give your dog a little water and a break. Maybe you guys need some water. So grab a sip of water if you need to. We're
Stay
going to move on. We're
hydrated.
doing awesome. Super, super fun to watch.
And I'm seeing so many happy tail wags. So you guys, everyone is doing an awesome job. Don't worry about the results. At this point, we just want you having fun. And judging by the body language of all the dogs here, everyone's having a great time. So.
All right. So we are going to share screen. Here we go.
Yay.
All right, so for tricks 8 and 9, this is a novice, a one hand cue, and the intermediate is 3 consecutive hand cues. So we don't have a demonstration for this, but we can explain it to you. A hand cue would be something that you use just for a hand signal versus a verbal signal. I can't see.
Do you want me to do it with Delilah?
No, they know.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
like
Okay.
it's there. So a hand cue like sit, down, or some of you have just a hand cue like, I mean, a target or a stand. So it's sit, down, stand, or come. For novice, it's just demonstrating 1. And for intermediate, you have to do 3 in a row. So those of you that have done puppy push-ups, sit, down, stand, come, that's your puppy push-up. So,
So start by reinforcing each one. So if this is your first time doing these, you're gonna sit and then you're gonna reinforce. You'll do a down, then reinforce, and then you're reinforcing them one at a time so that you can build upon it into that 3 behavior chain.
Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We are going to break out into rooms for this one. Stop share. All right, breakout rooms. So hand cues. All right, you have been invited into your breakout room. Where we were going to join breakout room 3. All right, so you're gonna go one at a time. Let's go, Phoebe, you're gonna start first. You're gonna give us a hand cue like sit, down. Perfect,
Nice.
Good. We're gonna come back around and see if you wanna show all 3. So Candace, you're next. A hand cue, sit, down, come, or stand. Take your time. Perfect.
Awesome.
Good. We're going to come back around for you. Nice job. Pam, if you'd like to demonstrate a sit, down, stand, or come, we're using a hand target or hand cue. Nice. Woo!
All right, we got
both.
2 in a row.
She's going to show all 3.
And
just do it once.
she's gonna
Hold on.
finish it.
Good. So Pam, on the next time around, you're going to do that again, but I would stand about 1 foot closer to her. You're a little far away for that last cue. Diane, you're next. If you want to demonstrate a sit, down, stand, or come using a hand cue. Yeah, that was it. Good. Make sure you mark each one and reward each one. And then now we're going to come back around and you can demonstrate all 3 if you'd like. Phoebe, you're first. Toss a treat to get her up. Just toss a treat. There you go. Stay close. Stay right there. You're good. Nice. Good. So you're going to want to put that come on a hand cue of some kind. Like, all right. Candace, you're next. Sit. Good.
All right, got the
I like your
down.
patience. Perfect. That's a pass,
Excellent.
Candace.
Very good. And we like Candace is not luring, so she's advanced a little bit. Good job.
Pam, toss the treat. Good. She caught it. Did she catch it? Yeah, there we go. Sit. Good. Be patient. Stay right there. Don't move. There you go. Great. And now stand or recall. Wait for her to look at you. Turn your hand with your palm facing her. There it is. Try it again. Put her into a down. And now palm facing her for the stand or recall. Move slower. There it is. Good. So she goes to school, Pam. This is her stand cue. It's palm facing her and then move it back about 6 inches. That's her stand cue. All right. Diane, you're next. Nice. Down. Sit. And you're going to bring your hand towards your waist and get him all the way up without. There it is. And there's your stand. So you're still using a lure. You're going to want to practice that and eventually get rid of the lure. So you'll have about 30 seconds left, and then we're going to be going out of the break room. Great job. I'm like stressing out for no reason. I don't know. Okay. You're doing great. Okay, thanks.
This lighting is so good. My lights are way bigger and way more annoying to store. I'm like, I want these instead.
Yeah, they were like $140 for 3.
Oh my God, seriously. They have a nice glow.
This is the yellow, and I have a white.
Is it a filter or is it the setting?
It has a filter on it. No, it has 2 different, and you can change temperature.
We have
4 minutes.
4 minutes, depending if you want to go over.
All right, welcome back to the main room. We have just a few minutes left, and we've got 4 more tricks. They're pretty easy to get through, so we're gonna keep chugging along. So trick number 10, make sure everyone's back. I can't tell.
Almost. We've got maybe 5 more people that we're waiting on to come back, but I think you can go ahead and
Okay.
continue.
So the interactive feeder is trick number 10, and it's called game. So you can use any puzzle that gets your dog thinking. We also have some do-it-yourself. So we asked if you brought a little towel, you can wrap the towel in with like a little burrito. We've got a couple of videos that we'll send over later. But here's just an example of a few interactive feeders. We're not going to do this one together. This is something for you to do on your own. And if you'd like to record this and send it to us as your submission for this trick, this is called game. And this is actually an intermediate trick, which is kind of cool. All the noise you heard earlier when our dogs were like, we had about
going crazy for
6 of these things out. No, I think 8 of these things out. So they were like all over the place. All right. So the last 2 tricks, did I count those right? Yeah. The last 2 tricks are handler's choice. So they can be under the novice or intermediate categories. And we have a knock it, which is a nose target to a water bottle. And we've got a kick it, which is a paw to a ball. So to do this one, we are going to be using shaping. So knock it, you're gonna present the water bottle right at your feet. When the dog interacts in any way, mark it and toss your food away to reset your dog. Just like we did when it came to getting your dog to get up on a platform. Once it's reliably happening, which is your dog is actually taking the water bottle and knocking it over, you're going to go ahead and put it on cue. The cue you use is totally up to you, but we are going to advance this to, I think it's 9 water bottles, and that's our bowling trick.
And you start by making it really, really exciting when you set it down so that they think it's a toy and they want to interact with it. So try to shake it, set it down, just the same as Yo's going to do with the soccer ball. Yeah.
I have a quick question just on behalf of everybody. Is it okay if they use their nose for this, or is it supposed to just be their paws?
Great question. At first, you can click for any interaction. So specifically, once this behavior was, once he was doing an interaction, I only clicked for the paw and I ignored the nose mark.
Got it. Thank you.
And when we were shooting this, Yo astutely pointed out that my dog likes to use her nose and her dog likes to use his paws. So every dog is going to solve these problems differently. But the point is to capture that single moment that your dog gets it right. We want to make sure to mark that moment with a yes or a click, and then we're going to reinforce it.
All right. So last trick of the day.
All right.
So breaking out into rooms, last one, if you have a water bottle or any object that you want your dog to kick or paw, go ahead and grab it. And we're going to break it into rooms last time. Joining 3. All right, let's see who's ready. Looks like Phoebe is ready. So Phoebe, take the water bottle and shake it when she looks at you. Shake it. Now put it down. And now look at it. Yeah!
Good
That
job.
was good. All right, Candace, you're next.
Okay, so I have a question. So Gypsy's not really a dog that really wants to push things over. So to even get her to start doing it, should I just get her to interact with the bottle and reward that and then eventually move on?
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as she noses it or paws it or whatever.
Anything, even
with the bottle, click it.
Even looks at it.
Okay.
Even looks at it. Okay.
Right.
You might need to get down on your knees instead of standing up and get down to your dog's eye level. You remember all this, yeah. Okay. Your dog's is cute, sit pretty.
So cute. And you'll notice there's some dogs that have more of a preference of using their paws, some dogs that like to use their mouth. You may have dogs that go and pick up the bottle. So
Candace, start practicing. Pam, you're on, so we're gonna have you present. Good. Now look at the water bottle. Go ahead and click. Click. I want you to toss the food away from her, from you. So she now put the water bottle down as she comes towards you. There it is. Yep.
Yeah. Good job. Yay! And you can see shaping right there with Pam's little demo. That was nice.
Diane, you're next.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, good. That's
job.
it. Mark, and then toss the treat to reset your dog. All right, Candace, we're coming back to you. There we go. All right, let's see it. Now look at it. Look at the water bottle. There you go. Toss the treat. Mm-hmm. There it is. Toss it towards us. There we go. Now pick up the water bottle. Be ready. Put it down. Look at the water bottle. Yep.
Yeah, right there.
So it makes a big difference when when you're staring at her, she's like, what are we doing? So once you looked down, it made all the difference in the world. Perfect. All right, Shelby. Good. And toss the treat to reset. Perfect. Place the water bottle right by your right thigh. Yep, by your right thigh. Look at the water bottle, Shelby. There you go. Yeah, she's looking at you. You might need to stand up instead.
Okay, yo, I am leaving class. I got to get to another class for my program.
No worries,
so.
no worries.
See you next time.
Okay.
Bye. Bye.
Hi, Brianna. All right, everyone's coming back. Good.
Oh my gosh, that was so cute.
Oh,
so
it
cute.
was cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Jenna. Oh. Oh. So cute.
Yeah, it looks like everyone had a really good time. At least it looks like it from this end, that everyone was being silly and laughing with their dogs. So that's always nice to see.
Yeah. So we're going to finish up class. We're going to end class soon, but
Can I add something, yo, really quick, just on that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Laura was having a little bit of trouble with her dog. She said, my dog doesn't even want to look at it, isn't interested. She's like, I'm not sure what to do. So me and Curtis talked to her a little bit about getting down low with your dog. And kind of staring at whatever that object is makes it much more interesting to the dog. So like, oh, what you looking at? So that's just a little tip if you're still at the point of just marking for the dog looking at the object instead of actually interacting right off the bat with it.
Great point. Yeah, we had the same thing. We had 3 of our teams that just by changing and looking at the water bottle, all of a sudden their dogs go, oh, and then they were able to mark it, and that gets them going, right? And now you can progress that into a trick.
Yes.
So just a reminder, when we're cueing something and turning it into a cue, once you have to wait for it to reliably reliably happening, and then you can go ahead and put a cue on it. So, and it's totally, everyone's different. So just use whatever you prefer. So we're going to share the screen one more time to just, I guess I am sharing my screen. Okay, share my screen. Does anyone have any quick questions? Is there any questions that we didn't answer? Julie?
There's nothing in the chat so far, so if you guys do have a question, feel free to send it afterwards. Raise your hand real quick, type it up. If we can answer it, we will right now. If not, we'll get back to you. Make sure that you're on our private Facebook group, Canine Learning Academy. Follow us on YouTube. We're gonna keep posting cute little pictures, cute little videos, obviously YouTube, and DIY enrichment ideas. So if you follow us on social media, make sure to tag us with your dogs doing tricks. We wanna see you guys having fun, whether it's in the house or outside the house. Laura has a question, go for it.
I didn't know about the stuff like the cups and things that we needed to have. Is there anything, so that would have been helpful, but is there anything for next week?
That's what we're going to go through right now.
Okay, so there'll be a list somewhere of things I need to put together so I can have them on hand?
Yes. Laura Akins, can you see the screen? Okay, so for next week, we're going to be teaching a paw target to shut a drawer. So once we show and demonstrate the how to do this, it's going to be the very beginning stages of it. You're going to, as far as equipment goes, we're going to have you use a sticky note. The list of what we're going to ask you to bring is going to be in our Facebook group page, and we'll say for next week's class, and then you're going to bring these items. But just so you know, we have a toy that has a rope on it, elastic rubber band that you would use to tie up your hair, a sticky note that you're going to be placing on your palm, and probably another water bottle of some kind. So that's all I can think of right now. But next week, you're going to learn paw target to shut a drawer, a rope toy pull to open the drawer, and Laura and I are going to be recording all week along with Julie some video to go into for next week's class. Don't forget that this class is totally free. So if you can do us a big favor and share on social media and tag
Nativo Pet Company.
And
that's right below
Canine Learning Academy. And Laura, really quickly, can you show us your num-nums?
Num-nums. So as a dog trainer, I had been always looking for the perfect training treat. I wanted a treat that was nutritionally balanced, but that also was highly delicious and palatable. So after 12 years of putting together business plans, I came out with Num-Nums. This is based on my 17-year-old heart dog. I essentially cooked for him, and I just really wanted him to have the best diet of healthy meat, healthy vegetables with no like excess carbs or grain or corn or fillers. So our ingredient, this is our beef, is simply beef, beef heart, beef liver, bone broth, organic non-GMO kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and chagas mushroom powder. So the nice thing with this is they're really tiny, they're not slimy, they're not crumbly, they're perfect for treat training. And if you want to support small business, this is like the most awkward time to be launching a company. So it's kind of a very soft launch, but we just came out with these. And you can buy these at nativopetcompany.com or on Amazon. So I'm really proud. They have passed all of the doggy taste tests. So try them. Tell me what you think. And we appreciate your support. And if anybody in the group does want to purchase, we will ship you a free bag if you can just give us a little review on Amazon. We're trying to get the word out. So
that's awesome.
Anybody, buy a bag, get a bag for free. We will have my email in the link, and I'll give you details so that you guys can get 2 bags for the price of 1.
So we're excited. We just received our batch yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. So we will have next week all the dogs trying it out and giving them their taste test to this new product.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
Again, thank you very much. Thank you for your support. We really, really love and enjoy doing this content. It's really fun for us. Don't forget to share and blast it on social media.
Yeah, we can't wait to see your videos. Thank you all for joining us.
Bye for now.
Thank you guys.
Bye, Bunny.
Bye, Bunny.
Bye, Bunny. Bye, Annabelle. Bye, Alex.
Bye, guys.
Julie, you need to stay on. Laura and Curtis, all stay on for 1 second.
Okay, I have 5 seconds.
Huh?
I have 5 seconds. I have a lesson in, I guess, 20 minutes. So if we can.
All right, can you see us? I'll call Laura and Curtis back on, but
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was so loud. All the dogs in the background, that was so loud.
Oh my God.
was it?
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I was
you have the
cringing, but I'm
microphone.
trying not to like show, yeah, because you have a microphone, so it's like all the hits and stuff, it sounded like a football game, like
Why didn't
right
you say
under your
something?
table. Because I'm not gonna, hey guys, you're being really loud. Like, what am I gonna do? I tried to text you, but I realized you didn't have your phone. And then I private messaged you, but you didn't see it. So I
Okay.
was trying to do it quietly.
Yeah, Laura's dogs are loud.
Well, and Penelope and the puppy were just kind of like
The puppy
at it.
was barking, yeah.
Yeah. Penelope would like kind of growl when the puppy came up, and then the puppy was.
I can't on my phone, but can you call Laura and Curtis to get back on? We're shooting a Verizon thing with Laura right now. Verizon.
We're actually going to have to, he's giving me a Zoom meeting. So we're going to have to go into a different Zoom meeting. So, and I have to go try to set up in a different spot possibly.
How long is it going to be?
5 minutes.
Okay.
It's supposed to be at 11:45, but I still need to go set up. And if you can't stay in the whole time, then, you know, you can leave. Don't worry about it.
I'll call someone else though, but Verizon's giving each of us $100 for doing it. And if she gets picked up, then they get more, but
it's basically, they're doing a campaign about people working from home. So they're looking for people who like have work from home, and they thought dog training was kind of an interesting thing. So,
send the link. You said that there's a different link. So
yeah, there's a different link. I need to run downstairs.
It's 11:43, so you have 2 minutes.
I need to run downstairs and change my shirt. I told him we're running late, so it's okay.
Did you call Curtis and Laura?
No, because I don't have a link to tell him.
Just text them that.
Hang on, let me send you the link.
Texting them back with a new link that they got to get back on, that we're not done. All right, we'll Zoom you in on another meeting, Julie.
In like 2 seconds.
Are you Zooming someone else?
Yeah, I have a transfer session.
What time? At noon?
At noon.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I'm sending this to Yo.
All right.
And then
I don't know where my phone is.